Hey everyone, my name is BJ and I go by Farming Picker on social media. I was told by a couple people that I need to record my journey. I don't really follow Gary V, but some people have mentioned that he says that you need to record your journey um, for future generations. And so this is going to be my story and what's going on, and along the way I'll record what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and some tips and tricks and things like that. Um, so basically, here it is. In this year in 2018, well, last year 2018, my son Ben was born, and which was great. It's been awesome, a lot of fun. But along with that came a lot of extra bills, um, daycare, the like, and things just started getting really tight. Um, I started out looking for extra ways to make money. I've done software and a software business, and made some good money there. The equipment we were using is no longer available, so it's kind of tough. I'd have to start fresh. I have some great ideas I want to do on software, but it would require a lot of time. So I started looking for some other things. I do farm. I help my family, and I will be taking that over full time soon. But I raise some cows. So I started last summer doing some couponing. I was building stockpiles, buying stuff cheap, getting the really good deals, and selling a lot of that locally. Um, and I've known about selling on Amazon and eBay for a long, long time, and I've just never done it. So in October, I decided it was time. I was just going to start. I was going to jump right in, so I paid for a professional seller's account right off the bat, and it um, didn't go quite as planned. The first month, I went and found some items. They looked really good when I scanned them. They were like 80,000 rank or something. And so I thought, I'll spend 30 bucks. They were $1 a piece, buy 30 of them, send them in. So I did that, and so right off the bat I had to pay for my seller account and shipping into FBA, and the item sat. I sold one. They were selling for $11, so it was pretty good profit. And then I got looking, and they weren't moving. So I started doing more research on them, and found out that, well, the rank was 80,000 because one had just sold right before I looked him up. These sell about 2 a month. After I figured out how to keep it, I figured out how that worked, and I was like, man, this is crap. These are not good items. So I mean, to this day, 4 or 5 months later, they're still mostly all sitting there. And I just recently dropped the price to try and get rid of them. But anyway, November comes. Found a couple more items, a couple couponing items, and I sent those in. And those were selling really good. And then Amazon took the buy box away on that item. A bunch more sellers jumped in. probably because they had seen it, found it, and with the buy box it had a really good price. It was another item I could get with coupons for about $1.50 and was selling for $11. Um, then yeah, like I said, the buy box went away, which slowed sales down. There's no selling rank, which is odd. And people jumped in and really pushed the price down. I wasn't willing to drop my price that much, so I thought I'll just wait till they sell out. And they didn't. They kept replenishing their inventory. So eventually I had to drop my price, and just this week, finally, it's I've sold 4 or 5 this week. So it's kind of odd. There's no selling rank, and um, Amazon thinks the list price is way low, so that we don't have a buy box. But anyway, move on. November. There's a regional store here that I frequent, and usually when I go in there, I walk back to the clearance, just to see what's back there. So one day before Thanksgiving, I walked into the store and I walked back to the clearance, and there are 3 or 4 shelves completely full of Yetis. And I was like, oh man, I know Yetis are popular, a good brand, and they should sell. I can't sell them on Amazon. I'm gated, and I had never sold anything on eBay before, but I looked it up, and I knew people sell them on eBay. I've seen them for sale on eBay. So I looked them up, and there was a, $7-8 price difference between what they were selling it for and what it was selling for on eBay. So I thought, man, this might be good. So I did something I probably shouldn't admit that I did, but I took pictures of everything. I went home and I made a listing on eBay. That night, it sold. So the next day, I went to the store and I bought some. I bought a couple of them. I shipped the one out, and crazy enough, jump right in. The very first item I sold went to Hawaii. So learned shipping right away. So I bought some more. I came home, I listed those, and I bought like 3, and I think 2 of them sold that night. Which, funny thing, second one I sold went to a US territory that I didn't know existed. Anyway, next day I go back to the store. I know the store manager, and I said, hey, will you give me a better discount if I buy more of these? And he said, yeah, I'll give you an extra 10%. So I bought 5 more. I went home, listed those, and 4 out of those 5 sold that night. I was like, this is crazy. I'm gonna go back and buy, as much as I can, use all the money I have in my bank account, buy all of them. So I went back the next day. I walked back to the clearance section, and it is completely empty. Not a single Yeti left. They're all gone. My buddy's running around because it's pre-Christmas, and I said, what happened? He said, they're all gone, and he took off. I didn't get an explanation. It's like, crap. I'm thinking, well, maybe when they have too much inventory, they send it back, or send it to a higher volume store, or I don't know. So I go home. I'm feeling kind of defeated because I found these. They're selling. And so That was Friday. Saturday, I kept thinking about it. Sunday, I got up and I said, you know what? I'm going to go to a different store and see if they have any. So I drove to a different store. I walked back to their clearance section, and there's none. I thought, oh, darn. And there's a lady there stocking stuff. And, I turn around and I see a shopping cart, and it is full. It's full of Yetis. Just like this. Green Yeti Ramblers. And I said, whoa, why are these in this cart? Are you getting rid of them or what? She said, no. We had them up front by the entryway for the weekend. I'm just bringing them back here. I said, so can I buy these? She said, yeah, buy as many as you want. I said, well, I think I'll buy the whole cart. So I didn't quite buy every single one they had. I think I left 2. I bought 21 of them. So I filled up my cart with 21 of those, and they were marked down actually 50% off of the clearance price. So I spent $300, I think, and bought 21 of them. My day job, my full-time job, I travel around doing installs. And so the next day, I had to travel down to southern Iowa. And so I planned my route. I stopped by a couple stores on the way. I stopped in a couple stores. I didn't find any. I went and did my install, and I took a different route on the way home and swung by 2 more stores. So I stopped, the first one I stopped at had some tumblers, and I went back there. They were marked 25% off, so I grabbed 3 or 4 of them, and as I'm walking to the register, I pass a manager. So I stopped and I said, hey, these are marked 50% in another store. And he looks at him, he starts to pull out a scanner, and he looks at the date, and he goes, they've been sitting here a while, I'll give them to you for 50% off. I said, great, thanks, I'm going to go grab some more. So I went back and grabbed some more, and, thanked him again, and he followed me up to the register and told the cashier there the deal he'd given me, and I rang up, I don't remember what I bought there, I think I bought 8 more. Well, these were the tumblers, not the regular ramblers. So they were a little different. These the tumblers actually sell better, the 30-ounce tumblers. So I grabbed those, and I stopped at another store on the way, and didn't find anything. Went home. So in the meantime, these are selling. They're selling really good. I'm learning shipping. I'm learning selling. Best offers, all that good stuff. And I was pretty hooked. I was making good money. So a couple days later, I got to go to Illinois, and I'm passing another store. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to stop. So I go in that store, and I go to the clearance section, nothing. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to walk by the regular Yeti section just to see. I walk over there, and there they are. They're on the shelf. They're not marked with clearance stickers, nothing. They're just on the shelf. So I grabbed one. I went over to a guy. I said, can you scan this? Tell me how much it is. He scanned it and said, give me the price. I said, well, that's the clearance price. He said, oh, really? I said, yeah. Every other store has them marked 50%. He goes, well, let me get the store manager. So he calls him back. Store manager comes back and he says, oh, we're not supposed to mark these down anymore. We got a memo from corporate about that. And I said, oh, every other store did. He said, well, they shouldn't do that. I'm going to have to call the other stores. And I said, well, the other guy was there, and he goes, well, this guy wanted to buy a whole bunch. And the store manager looks at him and says, well, you can't give him 50%, but you can give him your deal. And the guy goes, okay. So he looks at me and says, how many did you want to buy? And I said, well, it depends on, what price I can get them for. I said, if I can get them for the right price, I'll buy all of them. He says, well, I can give them to you for 30% off. So I did a little math and I said, okay, I'll take them. There were 19 of them there. And then I looked, I said, oh, I only have enough to get like 10 or something that day. I didn't have much cash on me. And he's like, well, do you want me to hold these? I'll hold these for you. I was like, great. I'll come back in a couple of days and get the rest. So he held them. I went back a few days later and got those. So I was selling through these. I mean, I was doing really good. Basically, I was making about $15 to $18 a piece on them, selling them. And Christmas Eve day, I didn't have to work. So I was driving around town, going to a couple stores, and I walked back into this one store that I originally got them all from, and looking around at stuff. I walked back by the clearance section, and there's a bunch more Yetis. And so I went and got my buddy, and it's like, hey, he goes, oh yeah, we found more in the back room. I said, you want to sell them all? He goes, 50%? I said, deal. I loaded up 40 more Yetis. I think in total, I had around 90 of them that I sold. For about the total that I sold them all for, including shipping prices, when I looked in eBay, was around $3,500 or $3,600 worth of Yetis. So I need to say I was hooked. I found an awesome product. They were selling great. It was awesome. So I decided that I needed to continue getting items and flipping them on eBay and hitting Amazon a lot harder, finding better items. After Christmas, things going on clearance, it was going to be the perfect time to start buying items to flip on Amazon, and then when I find good items that I'm restricted on Amazon, I throw them up on eBay. So that is my story of how I got started into reselling. So as my channel grows, I will continue to do more, talk more about reselling, about what I'm doing, what I'm selling, that kind of thing. Things I'm learning, and we'll also probably do a little bit of the farming stuff, my other side income, that hopefully will turn into my full-time income at some point. But let's jump over, and I'm just going to do a little what sold on eBay. So this basically is what sold on eBay since the end of November until the end of January. Alright, so first up, this is one of the tumblers I was talking about. This is in Tahoe Blue. They discontinued this color. That's the reason that these were getting clearanced out. So the Tahoe Blue and the Olive Green were these two colors that Yeti discontinued. So I was selling these tumblers for $39.95. I was getting them for right around 22, something like that, 25, somewhere in there. I don't remember exactly. I pushed the price up on these higher because I could get it. The tumblers are more desirable, and so they're easy. They sell a little easier. So $39.95. Buyer paid $8 shipping, and I think I sold about 6 of these. So next, here is one of the Ramblers, the 26-ounce bottle. These sold a little slower than the green ones. Oddly enough, I'm not 100% sure why, but I'm not 100% sure how many of these I sold. I suppose about 35 maybe. I was selling them most of the time for 33 with $7.25 shipping, and then towards the end, as I started running out of stock, I started pushing the price up. I was taking offers. Basically, if they offered me 28 or higher, I would auto accept that. 30 would auto accept. 28, I would decide if I wanted to actually sell it at that price or not. Just kind of depended. And a lot of times, if they'd offer me 28, I'd counter at 30. And but I listening to Scott, the bearded picker, talk. He was saying he takes off his offers right before Christmas, and I think that would have been a wise decision. I think I could have been just fine. It was probably about half, I would say, maybe. People would give me an offer, and the other half would just buy it now. So next, here's one of the olive green ones. You can see these are pretty decent looking. These were really popular. And again, I pushed these up to 35. I was asking 33 most of the time. I pushed them to 35 towards the end. Alright, so here is a pair of brand new Carhartt boots I found at the same store that I found those Yetis at. And I found there were 5 or 6 boxes of these. These were marked at 60, and they were marked down 50% off the clearance price. So I got these for $30, and I took an offer on these. I took an offer of 75, plus buyer paid $10 shipping. They cost me, yeah, 10. I think that cost me $10.22, so a little more than this to ship. Shipping rates have increased, though, since I listed these, so I don't know if that's part of it, or I don't remember this calculated shipping or how I had this set, but still pretty good. These were up for about 3 weeks, maybe. They've been posted up here so far, and yeah, I had just dropped the price the day before I got this offer. I was originally had them at 120. I dropped the price to 99, and then I got the offer for 75. I accepted it right away and let these go down the road. I still have a pair of 9 wide and a pair of 10 regular. Okay, this Accurite thermometer. I walked into a Walmart and these were clearanced for $3. I have no idea why, because every other store is selling them for full price and stocking them and restocking them. I've been watching them on BrickSeek, and so I don't know why this one store had them cleared to $3, but bought it for $3, sold it for $13.99, and I had free shipping on it. No, they paid shipping. They paid $4 shipping on it too. So I made a solid $10 on this. This went first class. I think it was about three bucks. So maybe I made a little bit on shipping. Head and Shoulders. These are from my couponing days. I actually had these sitting around in my stockpile and thought I'm going to try selling them on eBay. These were actually clearance. They were marked $6, and then they were 50. They were on a 50% off clearance sale. All clearance was 50% off marked price. So I got these for $3 each, and then I had a $1 off coupon, or $2 or two $1 off coupons maybe. So I think I got these for $2 a piece when it was all said and done. So $4 in it, sold for $11.99 plus higher paid $7 shipping. I put them in a padded flat rate and shipped them for $7.10. Alright, these are for a Cricut Bluetooth adapter. I walked into a Walmart, walked around. I was kind of mad because it was one of these Walmarts where they didn't have a clearance section. There's just clearance scattered throughout the store. And I was in a hurry. So I'm running around this Walmart looking for clearance. I gave up. I'm leaving. As I'm walking out, I'm walking past the office supplies stuff, and I catch a clearance tag. I turned around and looked, and I see 4 of these Cricut Explorers hanging there. I unfortunately only grabbed 3 because the 4th one, the package was damaged, and I was planning on sending these to Amazon. Then I looked, and they were selling on eBay. I threw them up on eBay for $30. I sold one. They offered me a little less, 28 or something. And I sold one, and then I had to pull the listing down because I ran out of listings, and I wanted to sell the Yetis instead. So I pulled the listings so I could post more Yetis, and I forgot to repost it. So the middle of January, I'm like, why are my sales so slow? I start looking, I was like, whoa, I forgot to repost all this stuff. So I relisted them, listed them up at $34.99 with free shipping, and I sold these 2 within about 3 days after posting them. I picked them up for $10, so that's a nice about $20 on those. They went first class, about $3 to ship them. So yeah, made about $20 a piece on these. So that was a great flip. Like I said, I wish I would have picked up that 4th one. The box was a little damaged, but I still could have sold it. I just didn't know these were going to sell on eBay. Alright, Hot Wheels. I cannot sell Hot Wheels on Amazon. These were Dollar General clearance, or not clearance. They had a sale after Christmas. Buy 1, get 2 free toys. So I went in and I picked up tons and tons of Hot Wheels. I got all kinds of different. I have loops, I have launchers, I have curves, I have these straight track kits. These straight track kits here with a car. Oh, that's the wrong picture. That's the right picture. That's the wrong picture. The car is different. I didn't notice that till just now. But anyway, so I picked up these. The loop kits were $8, so I got 3 of them for $8. The track packs were $10, so I got 3 for $10. So I have maybe $5 in this. Sold for $32.99, free shipping. I shipped it in a shoebox. It went to New York. I believe I shipped it cubic on pirate ship. So, anyway, that is what sold for the last couple of months, and so there you have it. That is my first video. I have more. My next one, I think I took some video. I just recently ran out to Illinois to visit, to meet Shane, the Rise and Grind picker, and if anybody is familiar with him, he had bubble mailers, and I bought them from him. So that will be my next video. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this didn't turn out to be way too long, but thanks for sticking around to the end. And if you like it, if you're interested to see what I'm going to come up with next, go ahead and subscribe. I don't expect anyone to subscribe to my channel, but if you do, that'd be awesome. And hope to get more content up. And I hope my videos will get better and better quality as we go. Take care.